Hey guys, back for another week. Thanks for all of you that are working hard and learning what I'm trying to teach you. So just keep working hard. I'm putting the grades in, and you're learning a lot of good stuff that'll even help you for next year. Okay, so just keep working hard. Hope everything's going well with your families. I miss you guys, but for the juniors, I'll see you all next year. So we will. I'll be teaching your classes next year. Okay. So we are moving on to some probability, which you did some of this back in middle school. So actually, I'm going to do probably a review of some middle school stuff because it's been a while. I don't know if you got to any of this in Algebra 1. A lot of times, there's so much in Algebra 1, it's just hard to get to everything. So you might not have got to any probability in Algebra 1. But I'm just going to do a little kind of middle school review, and the next two videos will be actually more of the Algebra 2 stuff, which is compound probability, where more than two events are happening at the same time. So, but for this one, I'm doing one event at a time. So this is one thing happening, These are three separate problems. Okay, so remember, in any probability, you have some type of item, and then you're going to say, what's the chances of picking that item out of the bag or out of the total, whatever the total is, okay? So again, we have a bag of marbles, okay? You're not looking in, you're just going to reach in, and again, you're just randomly pulling out a marble. There's 3 red, there's 2 green, there's 5 blue. Remember, guys, the first thing we do is total up how many items we have. 3 plus 2 plus 5 is 10. So the bottom, really the bottom of all 3 of these answers is that total of 10. So that's kind of the easy way to remember. So the total number possible, there's 3, 2, and 5 marbles, so there's 10 marbles. Okay, so what's the probability of pulling out a red? 3 reds, so you have a chance, there's 3 chances of pulling out a red marble, so that is the numerator. So the top is the chance you have to pull that out. So there's 3 chances out of 10, 3 marbles out of 10 that you have a chance of pulling out a red. Now 3 and 10 can't be reduced, so we're done. Now the second one, probability of a green. Now there's 2 greens in that one, so 2 out of 10. Now again, here is where you have to remember some extra steps. So if I have 2 out of 10, that can reduce. What can divide into 2 and 10, remember, reducing fractions? Divide by the biggest number that they have in common. 2 can go into 2, and 2 can go into 10. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay? So 2 out of 10 goes down to 1 over 5. Okay? And now this one's a little different. So what's the probability of not picking a blue? So you're reaching in and you don't want to pick a blue. So think about it. If you don't want to pick a blue, then you want to pick a red or a green, right? We can have either of those colors. Or I could say, if there's 5 blue and there's 10 marbles, the other 5 are not blue, right? So however you want to think about it, but still that's 5 marbles that are not blue out of the bag of 10. Okay? Again, if 5 are blue, then the other 5 are not blue. They're red or green. Okay, so 5 out of 10. Now again, this needs to be reduced. 5 and 10. Now what goes into 5 and 10? Actually 5, right? So I'm dividing the top by 5 and the bottom by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And so you have a 1 out of 2 chance to pick a marble that's not blue. Okay? Okay, let's do another one here with just a little bit bigger numbers. That's all. Okay, same kind of steps. Okay, so you have a bag of coins. Again, I know if you sat there and felt the coin, you might be able to tell, okay, is that a nickel, a dime, a penny? But you're just going to reach in and grab the first coin that hits your finger. So you're going to it'll be random, even though, pennies, nickels, and dimes feel different. You're not going to sit there and feel around. So this is still probability. Now I'm just shortening probability of a nickel, probability of a penny, probability of not a dime. So probability of nickel, okay, but first, 8 plus 7 plus 5. So again, you want to total up how many coins are in the bag. 8 plus 7 plus 5 is 20. So all of these are going to have a denominator of 20. There's 20 coins in the bag. So probability of a nickel, 7 out of 20. Okay. Now again, nothing goes into 7 besides 7. 7 is only, remember, a prime number. You might remember that from middle school. A prime number means the only thing goes into it is itself, or 1, but 1 goes into everything. And it doesn't help you. When you divide by 1, it stays the same. So, but 7 can't go into 20, so that's done. That one's reduced. You can't reduce that any farther. 7 out of 20. Okay, probability of a penny. Okay, pennies are, there's 8 pennies in there. Okay, now this is one where you might not do it, might take you more than one step. Okay, but 8 and 20. Now, a lot of you, if you're good at math, it's not a big deal. But a lot of people might just say, okay, they're both even numbers, divide by 2. If you divide by 2, you're going to get a number that could also be divided by 2 again. Remember, reducing by the biggest number possible will save you time. What's the biggest number that goes into 8 and 20? Actually, 4. Divide the top and bottom by 4, and you'll only have to reduce once. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Boom. There's your answer, 2/5. So the probability of picking a penny is 2/5. Okay, probability of not picking a dime. Again, there's 5 dimes out of 20. So if you don't want the 5 out of 20, that leaves 15. Or you could say, I want either a penny or a nickel. If I don't want a dime, I want a penny or a nickel. 8 plus 7 is 15. Okay, however you want to think about that, that is the probability of not picking a dime. There's 5 out of 20 that are dimes, so the other 15 are not dimes. Okay, now what goes into 15 and 20? Remember, if a number ends in a 5 or a 0, 5 goes into it, and actually that's the answer. 5 goes into 15 and 5 goes into 20. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Boom. 3/4. Okay, so that's our answer. The probability of not picking a dime would be 3 out of 4. Okay? Okay, so just try this on your own. Okay, so again, we've got another example of a bag of marbles. Okay, 7 red, 2 green, and 3 blue. And there's my probabilities. The first one, probability of a red. Second one, probability of a green. Third one, probability of not getting a blue. Okay, so enter those answers into your journal, and we'll see you next time. Bye.